know, nothing says delicious barbecue like a nice skillet full of deep brown beans, and these ones we just made homemade. We're going to take you back and show you how we did it, but to do that we got to rewind the clock about 4 hours, so sit back and enjoy the ride. Alright, good morning. It's a great day for the Big Green Egg. We're going to make baked beans. Let's have a look at what we need to do that. Got a whole bunch of stuff here. We're going to start, we've got some Keen's dry mustard powder, got some fancy molasses, some cider vinegar, nice Canadian maple syrup, ketchup, nice old yellow mustard, that gives a nice tang to it. We've got some brown sugar, and we got a little bit more Keen's mustard here. Chopped up some onion, a bunch of bacon. That's going to add a real nice flavor to that whole thing. It's really important to have the pork in there. These are navy beans that we've been soaking all night and changing the water. And most importantly, a nice heavy cast iron pot to put all this stuff in. Alrighty, so I got a cup of coffee, ready to go, good stuff. Let's get this party started, okay? So we're going to start, we're going to take the bacon that we chopped up. I'm going to start, make it easy, I'm going to do this on the stove to get us going, and then I'm going to transfer everything over to the Big Green Egg. I'm going to throw the bacon in. Thank you to my cameraman Kyle, my son, who's doing such a great job with this. So the idea here is to get the bacon and the onions in. I like the idea of getting them on there and getting some of that fat to release to season the pan, and also the onion to brown up a little bit. It's going to add, I think, a nicer flavor to the overall mix of things. So we got our bacon going in there. We're just going to add all that onion. Man, this is smelling good already. I'll bet you want to be eating this. Alright, so look at that. It's been a few minutes. Got the onion starting to get a little bit that translucent color, and the bacon is starting to release that fat. So what we're going to do now is start to add our ingredients. First, I've soaked these beans, and I've taken all the water out, and I've added more water to them, and we're just going to add them all right into that pot. Next thing we're going to do is add an ingredient I didn't show you before. I'm going to add a can of a relatively dark beer. So I'm going to add this, and we want to put enough that we put a good layer of liquid over top. Next thing, I'm going to add some dry mustard, about a teaspoon I guess, something like that. We're going to add about a quarter cup of brown sugar. A little bit more yellow mustard. It's a little watery, there we go. A little bit of that. People are mixed on ketchup, but I'm going to add a little bit because it seemed like some people like it and some people don't. So why not? Let's add a little bit of ketchup in there. Let's be Canadian. Wouldn't be Canadian if we didn't add some maple syrup. A nice sweetness to it. Nice brand new jug of molasses here. I'm going to add about a quarter cup of molasses. And a little splash of cider vinegar. Just to add a bit of tang to this whole thing. And I think we are just about ready to go. Let's get this going on the Big Green Egg. I'll tell you something, nothing puts a smile on your face like going out and seeing your Big Green Egg cranking up to 600 degrees. This baby is rocking so good it's creating its own weather system. Alright, so we're outside with Big Green Egg and we are ready to rock. Let's get this going. I always like to throw on some applewood smoked chips. Helps bring the temperature of the egg down as well, which is a good thing. We've got our chips. Going to get our beans on there, and we're going to put them on uncovered and let that liquid reduce for quite a spell. We are on. You can see the applewood smoke is starting to get up there. I don't know if that's going to do much for the beans, but it sure makes me happy. Alright, so the beans are in there cooking away on the Big Green Egg. We're going to let them smoke for about 2.5 hours maybe. to get that liquid to reduce down at about 300 degrees. That should be just fine, and we'll check on it every half hour or so, just because we can't help but peak. Alright, so our temperature's holding steady at 300 degrees. It's been about an hour. Let's sneak a look and see how we're doing in there. Oh man, if you could smell this. That's making me hungry just looking at it. I don't know about you. That's simmering away beautifully. Oh boy, does that ever smell good. Can't wait to see how it comes out. Alright, so it's 2 o'clock. It's been about 4 hours. I'll tell you a couple of things that happened along the way, but I think it's time to open that lid and take a little peek at where we're at, shall we? You'll notice that the pot has been covered. I did that about an hour ago because the liquid had all boiled off and I felt the need to get some more in there. So I added about another cup of liquid, and I did something that is really important that every cook should do, which is I needed to taste the work in progress. So I had a little taste, and I felt that the stuff tasted really good. It was a little bit flat, and the beans needed a bit more time. So I added some more water, I added a bit more vinegar, and I added a bit of salt and a bit of pepper, just to bring it up a little bit, and a teeny pinch of dried chipotle pepper flakes, just to give it a little bit of sweet heat. And I think we got pretty good results. Alright, so 4 hours, we got baked beans. It smells fantastic, looks really good. Giving it a bit of a stir, you can tell you got that real deep brown feeling going. The stuff looks great. You should smell this. I can't wait to eat it. All I need now is a big loaf of bread. But for now, we're going to say bye-bye and see you next time. You know, like most things, tasting is believing, so let's give this a go. Oh yeah. Nice.